The Dead Beast song makes this another comeback. They just love surprising us with that song. I don't know, I mean, it is a funny surprise, but hey, it's them. We didn't make the episode, but they just love giving up that song. Is it just growing in popularity or just what? Okay, this is Solomon Active Review of Naruto Shippuden episode 337. And continuing on with Kabuto, Itachi, and Sasuke all being in the cave. And this fight was really controversial. Because this fight decides the fate of the Shinobi Alliance. They have to stop Kabuto from using Edo Tensei reanimation to stop the fort and give the Allied forces a chance. That's a very crucial moment in this war. And trust me, I've seen the manga. This is all straight canon. And that means this is all straight out of the story. Continue on with the beginning. It's like the end of last week. Kabuto experiments, working on the Hidden Sound village, and curse marks, even taking the piece of Orochimaru after Sasuke killed him, grafting him onto his body and mutating him, and so forth. Then you also get, and when you keep going, you get to see more side chapters. There's Kabuto as a little boy, rocking in the rain, his mother healing him, his name being given to him. But that's just part of the story. I can't change the way the creators made this story, but you gotta admit, they just did it to make it longer. I kind of think of this as a little bit of recap chapter, but it still kept the most of the fighting. Continuing on, you get to see Kabuto not pulling punches, and keep saying he has nothing, while saying you're not. While Sasuke and Itachi, they're still on their toes, and Itachi keeps saying to him that you're not Orochimaru. You can never be like Orochimaru. I don't know, if you don't acknowledge yourself and doesn't be yourself, then you only fail. This fight is really big and easy, straight. Hey, cause I just love it. You also get to see Kabuto. You get to a whole bag of tricks from the Hidden Sound village, and Sakon, Jirobo, Karuya, even Kimimaru's bone, the Kaguya clans and bone jutsu. Is her genjutsu, demon flute blades, if I tell you, Jirobo in his earth style. I just love this. I just love it because it proves that Kabuto didn't just use Orochimaru's power. I mean, he put his DNA of any Shinobi he could find, and to make sure that he becomes stronger than he ever been, and even to surpass Orochimaru in every way. Even though Kabuto is kind of like Orochimaru because of the whole sadistic experiment and snake thing, he was never like Orochimaru. He was never gonna be Orochimaru, even though Itachi keeps convincing him that you're not Orochimaru. If you continue down this path and don't acknowledge yourself and just copy others, then you'll never succeed. I would describe Kabuto as any kind of monster. I would describe him as a chimera, a monster that's a mix of parts of other creatures and species, head of a lion, body of a ghost, snake's head for a tail. And that's what Kabuto basically is. It's this mixture of other beings using their chakra power. Even summons a piece of Orochimaru out of his chest. He even turns into the giant snake. Hey, the white snake, that Kabuto uses, and he uses it as an attack. But we've seen that white snake before. I mean, back when Orochimaru tried to use the ritual to transfer into Sasuke's body. I mean, think about it. That giant white snake is creepy as hell. And I just love how Orochimaru and Kabuto, they both use the snake a lot. I mean, think about it. They both possess power of the snake. But Kabuto, he seems to surpass Orochimaru a little bit because of the whole sage art thing, how he's evolved into a dragon and he's literally blind. Or some crap. I love this episode also because you get to see the Izanami used on him more than one way. Like, you get to see what Itachi's doing, and you get to see. I've seen the original manga version. Izanami, unlike Izanagi, is different. Izanagi allows you to change one's destiny at the moment of death. Izanami traps them in a loop, continuous loop, over and over and over again, and it cannot be undone. There is one way, but you'll get to find out in the next episode. Oh, I can't spoil it for you, because if I told you what it is, then then I'll be just spoiling it for you, and I can't. I also love this chapter because the way Sasuke and Itachi, they cooperate. They really egg each other on, even though all that history, all the fighting, they still value each other as comrades a little bit. Even though all the blood was for the Hidden Leaf, Sasuke still won't forgive the Hidden Leaf, and Itachi is dead. And I also love the fights that they keep using the Mangekyo over and over again, and continuing to pass. I mean, for example, when they were in the Genjutsu, they looked at each other's eyes. Hey, Sasuke using the Sharingan Genjutsu to break Itachi, while Itachi uses Tsukuyomi to break the Genjutsu. Is it me, or did they change this episode a little to add the chapters more up? And I mean, they even use the Susanoo to keep blocking the moves over and over again. For example, when they put Jirobo's Spider Silk, they both use double Amaterasu, and that's also part of the fight. Right, and also you get to see while Itachi is stabbed, the eye disappears. His Mangekyo in his left eye disappears. Means the Izanagi has been activated. Means everything's in place, and even Kabuto started to see what's wrong with this, because he shut down his eyes. You know, certain reptiles can put what you call a nictitating membrane over their eye. They can protect themselves. Like, for example, crocodiles, they have some kind of layer over their eyes when they're underwater to keep them from getting hurt or infection. And other creatures can do this too. But I'm getting off subject. Continuing with this fight, and Kabuto is starting to realize what's wrong. Since he shut down his eyes, that means he can't see. But why is he seeing the crows or anything? He thinks it's a genjutsu, but that's not a genjutsu. It's a jutsu that decides one's fate. That is the Izanami. And that is Kabuto's fate. Continuing being trapped, fighting Itachi over and over and over again, and no matter what. The only way to do that is only two ways: escape or death. Escape or death, and since he can't choose death and he can't escape, he's stuck. Basically stuck in that loop. And there's a reason for the Izanami's and Izanagi's creations. And trust me, I've seen the original manga. You get to see this next chapter, and it will explain. It's also the episode after this, where you get to see the Edo Tensei release. And trust me, the Edo Tensei does get broken. I guarantee you that's something that you should watch. I hope you enjoyed. This is my latest review. Hope you enjoyed this review. Put the link down. This is Sullivan. I was giving you moving on to Shippuden episode 337. Hope you enjoyed. Comment, and subscribe. Signing off.